What's going on, guys? How we doing? I know it's been a while. It's been a very long time. Probably a month. If I look, I think it's a month. Haven't been too motivated to make videos just because I've been breaking my ass over here working, trying to get things sold. It just is what it is. Trying to gear up for Modern Horizons 3, which had to be paid for, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So, big changes happening with the Patreon and how I run things. So, how I used to run things was, when I first got started, it was very small. It was I've had maybe 5 or 6 patrons. It was like nothing. It helped. They bought cases, and that was it. Maybe 1 or 2 cases here and there. So, it helped move stuff. Then as it kept growing, I kept bringing on more people. I kept making more videos. Everything's kind of snowballed. That's when, I started that $50 tier where, people could order as much as they want. It's good in theory if you have an endless bankroll. We do not. So, what ends up happening, people like a month before the set comes out, they're like, I want 2 master cases of collector boosters, this, that, and the other thing. I want 6 cases of play boosters and this. Okay, I start a spreadsheet. This person wants X amount, so this way I know I have to put in that order. I put in that order. Spoilers come out, they no longer want it, or they order less than what they said. It happens all the time. I'll go and I'll check the spreadsheet, and I'll be like, okay, they ordered 6 collector boosters, but they said they wanted 48. Now guess who's stuck with the remainder? This guy. So that keeps happening and happening and happening and happening. I lose 20 grand this set. I lose 15. I lose 30. I lose 15. It becomes a point where I just can't shoulder the risk anymore to do that. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to put out pre-orders before my orders are due. And my order to my distributor is going to be dictated off pre-orders before my orders are due. That's how it's going to run. And, if I lose some people because of this, I'm sorry. It's the safest way to run this for my business so I could be here next year or the year after. I can no longer take a $30,000 hit, a $20,000 hit, a $50,000 hit. I can't do it. Because what ends up happening is I'm stuck with these collector boosters or whatever they are. And what ends up happening is I have to open them to get some money back. And you never get, all of your money back. You get close sometimes, but that creates so much work for me. Opening hundreds of collector boosters that people said they wanted and then didn't take. So, what's going to happen is, you take the risk with me, you get rewarded. You take the risk with me, and the set's bad, we all get hurt. It's just what happens. That is the industry. And if you want to actually do this as a job, you want to open a game store, this is what you have to deal with. So the earlier you learn it, the better off you'll be. Because when you take the risk, you get rewarded. Also, when you take the risk, you get screwed. It's gambling. It's legitimately gambling. But when people tell me they want one thing and then they take, they don't take it and they stick me with it, I used to let it slide, but I can't do it anymore. As a person, as a business, I just can't. Because to be completely honest with you, it hurts. It hurts the bottom line. Which is why this past month I haven't made videos. I've been just here selling everything, trying to right the bad behavior that from me and other people that happened. It was just a product of the Patreon. It was just like what ended up happening. I was like, all right, it'll sell over time, and then the boxes just sit and sit and sit and sit. And then, but that brings us to Modern Horizons 3. I put in a huge order. Everyone's seen it. I can't sell everything that I ordered, with a 2 or 3% margin on it and be here. I just can't. I need to sell things for the things that are good for what they go for, at least some of them. What I do is I allocate 75% of everything I order for Patreon. I keep 25% for the store and myself and future, sales on eBay, TCG Player, my website, whatever. When something sells out and something's hyped and people want it, some people are going to miss out. That's just the nature of this whole thing, trading cards in general. So what's going to happen is, like I said, with like any standard set or anything like that, orders are going to be done in waves. So the first like initial wave, I'll do way before my orders are due. You want it, you order it. My order, when my order is due, is going to be dictated off that pre-order amount. So then in like 2 or 3 weeks, when spoilers come out and then everyone wants it, if I can get it, yeah, I'll get it for you. But if everyone wants it, I'm not going to be able to get it. Let's be clear. I have a little bit of pull, but I'm not a huge seller. I'm not a huge account. I'm not Card Kingdom. I'm not a freaking cool stuff. That's not me. I'm a small fry, small potato, medium small potato. So that's what's gonna happen with any like specialty stuff that I know is gonna get allocated. It's just gonna go from top to bottom. Like my biggest patrons, the people who spend the most, it's gonna go to them first and go down the list. Just like how it's done with me at the distributor. The more I buy, the more I get. That's just what it is. But, I can't incur the risk anymore of putting in these outrageous orders for the people that say they're going to buy it and then don't buy it. I just can't. Believe me, the amount of sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, high blood pressure, all because of the product cycle and how it operates. I need to do what's best for me as a person and as a business. I can't keep operating just, rolling the dice. So it's going to be done. That's the way it's going to be done. And if I lose some patrons because of it, perfect. I probably shouldn't have opened up 100 spots, but I did. Me thinking, I got the warehouse, I could do this, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. A little bit. But we learn from every experience. We move on. We grow. But when it just comes down to it, I can't incur the risk of these, sets that come out that fall flat on their face. Because it's just not worth it for the little bit of margin that I make. It's just not worth it. I hope you understand. I really do. This wasn't meant to be like... I wore like a shirt that makes me feel good. Like my vacation shirt. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear something that makes me feel nice. So when you see me wearing this shirt, it's for a reason, to make me feel good. I have a vacation planned in a few weeks for just a day or two, just to get away and unplug, relax, and try and think about the future and the future of the Patreon and the business, everything. Because if it kept going the way it was going, and I kept doing what I was doing, there'd be no way I'd be here in a few years. There's no way. I can't keep taking a 20, 30 grand haircut every set that comes out because, 10, 15 people didn't want to take the orders they said they were going to take. That's me, an error on me too. Me being a people pleaser, a nice guy, wanting to go above and beyond and like kind of please people. I don't like people being angry with me or feeling like slighted or anything like that. I will always go to bat for you if you do the same for me. I'll always look out for you if you look out for me. It's just who I am as a person. So, that being said, Modern Horizons 3 collector boosters. They sold out in like a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Play boosters were left for a decent amount of time, a lot longer. And people were upset that they couldn't get collector boosters, but that's what it is. It's the most anticipated set of the year. And that's going to happen. But in the future, on future sets, how it'll work, especially with like a hyped up thing like that, is, I'll take my allocation, what I've allocated to my patrons, people with hype stuff, not with like standard releases. Standard releases, whatever. It's gonna order before my pre-orders due. You put your order in, you get your stuff. Now, if you want to put your order in closer to release and I order maybe a little bit extra, you could do that. But if it's sold out and it's 2 weeks before release, a week before release, and you want stuff, I'm sorry. You should have put your order in before my order was due. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's just how it's going to have to work for this to go on into the future. Because, I'm not Rudy. I'm not Alpha Investments. I don't have a huge bankroll. It's limited. And, if he takes a hit, he can because of the years and years of stuff he has. It's just what it is. The other businesses, I'm essentially running 5 businesses in one. I have the store that I need staffed. Then we have the warehouse that needs to be operated by me. I'm in the store maybe an hour a day now. Even, maybe sometimes not even, maybe like 2 or 3 hours a week. Because I'm here, trying to build this. So, and then, with this, we have the eBay, we have the Amazon, we have TCG Player. We need to run all those. Then we have, the card show that we did. The Patreon. So it's like 6 businesses in once. Granted, the card show's ran by my wife, but, she needs my input and my help every now and then, which takes, attention away from this and everything. So, that being said, that's how it's going to run into the future. And if that's not something for you, I get it. Believe me. No hard feelings. It's been fun. But going forward, that's just how it's going to have to be. I don't see it changing a whole lot for, like, standard sets. Maybe a little bit because of how... I think my orders for the next set... Not Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed was due today. So if Assassin's Creed sells out, it's gone. I'm not ordering any more. I mean, of course, if the set's great, I'm going to try. But if it's like a mid-tier set, I'm not like going crazy trying to get it. So I guess I'll make like videos here and there, like discussing when, pre-order due dates are due for us as a store and when it's set to release. You know what? Let me find out when the next set's actual due date is for my order. And then we could judge together as a group, how long of a window that is. Because I've never really sat down and looked. Each set is different, but let's see a standard set. All right, so my order is due June 19th. So I'm gonna put it up for pre-order, and then on the 19th I'll sit down, crunch the numbers, figure out what I need for the store, what people pre-ordered, maybe do like a little 5 to 10% margin of buffer in there, and then that's it. That's what's gonna happen. I just can't. I can't take the risk anymore, man. I legitimately cannot shoulder the risk anymore. We've taken how many losses? Oh my God, so many. It's just like when Rarity Collection got announced, the second one. Everyone in my store, on the Patreon, everybody. Oh, you gotta order a shit ton. You gotta order so much of this. You have to. It's a no-brainer. It's just gonna sell itself. Okay. Three weeks to, maybe not 3 weeks, like a week before the set comes out. Well, I hope you didn't order a lot of that. It's like, what happened to that energy a month and a half ago? Why? What? Well, yeah, you shouldn't have ordered that much. What? You told me to. Granted, I shouldn't be listening to people. I should be doing my own research. But we don't know anything. So, if you don't know anything, we're all in the dark together. So, you order something, you get it. You don't order something, you don't get it. That's just how it works. I didn't want this video to be like a little ranty, but it kind of came off to be that way just because I get passionate about, my business, and I get passionate when I'm just a passionate guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I always speak the truth. I'll never try and sugarcoat anything. It's just, in this world nowadays, you sometimes have to be careful what you say because you don't want to offend people. But that's just the guy I am. I'm very, I guess, I don't know. I'm abrasive. I don't know. I'm just me, and I can't change it. So, if you stick around, awesome. I appreciate you. If not, it's been great. But this is how it's going to have to be going on to the future. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.